I never have had a relationship with my father. Every time I would come to India, I would go to restaurants or canteens or whatever, and I would look at all the men who would be about the age of my father. And I would wonder, is that my dad? Is that my dad? I didn't even have any pictures of him, because when they divorced, I was only 2, and they ripped up all the pictures. They just, he didn't want anything to do with me. He made my mother sign an affidavit saying she would never ask for support from him in order to grant her the divorce, in order to let her take me out of India. And so I think from a very young, early childhood age of development, I always had this feeling of not being good enough, because if your own father rejects you, whatever happened between them in their marriage, that's between them, but why didn't he want me? I think that was a very difficult thing to go through. I don't know about the medical history of one half of my family, so you're reminded of it every time you go to the doctor. I don't really celebrate Father's Day, things like that, just little things that do affect you. And, very recently, I got a phone call informing me that my biological father had died. And he had actually died a year ago. And I didn't know that until a month ago. And as soon as I hung up the phone, I burst out into tears. And I was thinking, why am I crying? Why? Because how can you miss something you never knew? Yeah. But I think I'm mourning because all those feelings of being a child who didn't feel wanted have come up again as a grown woman, regardless of what I've been through or accomplished.